So the lore for Marvel Rivals only gets deeper everywhere that you look. There's always something happening in the background, like for example, the Knull versus Black Panther situation that we have going on. And when you consider the fact that not only are we dealing with a universe that's already very established, both in the core of the original source material from the comics and the game's own original story being told across multiple fronts, we still don't even have access to all of the lore that's currently in game, which will actually be revealed to us as time goes on. Now, the situation with Black Panther is dire because T'Challa and Shuri are still recovering from the aftermath of the Winter Soldier attack on Wakanda, who may be corrupted by another ancient deity, but that's a story for another time. Shuri believes that there may be something wrong with their Panther goddess Baz, and T'Challa, having his own concerns, decides to go and finally get some answers. He arrives at the Great Belt, otherwise known as the Ancestral Plane, and comes across something that is extremely disturbing. This plane serves as the collective memory of Wakanda. Whenever you die, this is where you go. But when T'Challa arrived, the entire plane was empty, not a single soul could be found. After eventually finding a spot to rest, he blindfolded himself and called out for Baz, and she responded rather quickly. As they talk, T'Challa tells her that her people have been calling out for her and praying to her with no response, and Baz states that with T'Challa's help, she will answer all of them. But there's one big problem. Before swearing his loyalty to her, he gets a vision of the heart-shaped herb turning from its usual purple glow into a hard, fiery, angry crimson color. Upon getting this vision, T'Challa took off his blindfold, not only breaking the connection, but also to see Baz's reflection in the lake, colored in a black and red ore with a very familiar symbol streaked across her chest. So now T'Challa's new mission, next to stopping Doom from making the time stream entanglement even worse, is to save Baz from Knull's corruption, or it could mean the very end of Wakanda itself. Now, we learned early on that even though Doom is the main overarching villain for the current section of the story from Marvel Rivals, there will still be plenty of threats in the background for the heroes to deal with, and having Knull be one of the first villains to face off against, in my opinion, is a very bold move, but I can respect the vision enough to trust the process.